Well, 50 years ago.
There's a name.
It's a me.
Name.
He's speaking in Minister's house. I think you'll be happy to hear me talking to you this afternoon.
We're getting quite excited now. It's only a few more days left here. So this time next week I guess we'll have had a day's shopping in the bow in the heat. I'm down to Booker on the Friday, and this is Brian Side's idea that we spend the weekend with them to get acquainted with the setup on the mission field, I suppose, and sort of feel the ground a bit. And then on Monday the 19th we'll fly direct by MAF from Booker straight onto the airstrip next to our house at Tonu. So that will save the trip by Land Rover which you would have had from Boone.
When we arrived there, we were immediately surrounded by people, and I guess that's what stands out for me, that a lot of people were expecting us. They all brought food to the induction service, the welcome, and we had piles of food all around the house, all around the grounds really. We were kind of overcome a bit, I think,
yes.
with the generosity of the local people. They brought stuff from their gardens, and the chickens, sort of live chickens. Quite a shock to the system just arriving there.
Yeah.
And kind of
realising how wanted you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a lovely welcome.
Yeah.
The waiting game. Still to come are the Honda 90 motorbike and the Honda portable generator, but we are starting to get set up with some home comforts. Our saucepans are mostly lidless or handleless, with so much still to come in the trunk from Sydney. Searching for things, we frequently have to tell each other with a sigh, IITT, meaning it's in the trunk. Cool. Mum and Dad are always making up little acronyms, weren't they?
End of November 1967. Steve's first steps were captured on movie film. We took a movie film of the kids playing. Kerry rigged it up so we could get some idea of what it turned out like on our slide projector. It looks delightful, so we've sent away an order for 2 more films, $3 each. Well, we've got free use of a camera on loan from Davina Taylor.
Surrounded by tape recorders and plugs and fittings and things, you know what Kerry's like. He's been copying them one from the other and selecting bits and pieces and working out tapes for each family.
Mitzi is black and white and she's a girl. She's getting quite a friendly little puppy now. She runs after us. Our puppy will have 6 puppies when it grows up. Mitzi can swim across from a little sand island. When we took her down for the first time and put her on the island, she just swam across to the other side onto the big sand.
Kerry took the 2 girls up to Rotaiku to see their pup Delilah today. She was overjoyed to see them and get the usual can of meat they had taken her.
Very Happy day. Mitzi's got some puppies.
We've got the calf tied up right close to the house this year. Last year the kids wanted to tame one, but they're a bit wild. But this one seems to be quite a placid little calf. It gets very excited when it sees the kids coming and runs up, gobbles down its milk in no time. I don't know how Robin puts up with it chewing her fingers, but she doesn't seem to mind. Darian hasn't plucked up enough courage, nor have I yet, to put my fingers right in its mouth.
Robin to the rescue. The kids have a pet, a crippled chicken. Robin noticed it out the window being attacked by a mother hen. Robin was very distressed, so I went out at 5:20 a.m. and brought it inside, and we have had a most interesting time with it for a couple of days. With all the tender loving care, it has revived and become quite perky, eating rolled oats, rice, bread, etc. out of the girls' hands.
The kids have been over to the girls' dormitory with the house girls, Moata and Esther. They've just arrived back with our kitten. It's just a plain tabby grey with white trimmings. A male, we think, but time will tell. Sometime later, the kitten is quite one of the household now. Stephen and Nameless chase each other under and into everything and play with each other, which is delightful to watch. Steve just loves it.
A lot of fun in our paddling pool, and there's a lot of tadpoles in there. We put our red bike in the paddling pool. We pretended we were Daddy going to a village on his motorbike through the rivers and rode it round in the water.
So can you remember how that went down with my brand new bike going in the paddling pool?
I guess I was pretty unhappy about it because I would have had to, kind of oil all the working parts.
Yeah, and eliminate a few tadpoles maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Looking for adventure. This morning we had a covenant service, but I have a battle with my rascal again. Stephen is awful at the moment, just full of devilment and daring. He climbs into the bath, up on the table and onto chairs, and shakes them furiously until we rush to the rescue.
I can remember him on the high chair, which was a kind of a chair that just sat on another chair. He would wriggle around and we had to strap him in eventually.
We find some consolation in the thought that Robin and Joanne survived their adventures unscathed, but I think theirs were never as nerve-wracking as this little rascal. He does it with a naughty twinkle in his blue eyes, so it is very difficult not to laugh.
Stephen would have rosy cheeks in a cooler climate, I think. He has very fair skin with eyelashes quite long and dark, but no eyebrows, so will be the fairest of the bunch with thick hair like Kerry's. Even Robin has lost her rosy cheeks. They all are the typical tropical sallow yellow colour.
Hello everybody, this is Joanne speaking. And we took Stephen on the motorbike down to Conga.
We went for quite a long ride on the motorbike late this afternoon with 3 kids on. This afternoon I took the girls down to the river, and Robin's starting to lose some of her fear of the water, and she was getting quite brave this afternoon, pushing Joan round. Joan was lying on an old tube, and Robin was pushing her all around the pool, and so they had quite a good play in the water this afternoon.
Kerry took the girls bike riding one day, Robin riding Janice Dyson's big bike, wishing her legs were long enough to sit on the seat. She can really swim now, and Joanne is not far behind her. They are like fish, just love the water. The kids have gone to the beach unsupervised, so I better check on them.
We've got something special to tell you, that we're going to have a baby in January. And the baby is in Mummy's tummy, and if it's a girl, we'll call it Linda. If it's a boy, we'll call it Timothy.
The pregnancy. Timothy will be learning to walk when we're home for you to watch him. Dare we call him Timothy Jude, do you think? Yeah? Nah. 8th of February 1969. The kids all think he's just wonderful. The girls are real little mothers, and Stephen holds him proudly saying, "Bubby's a nice wee boy, Mummy." He is really mobile now, getting along at a great rate on his tummy all around the house. So once again, we've had to move everything from floor level out of reach of chewing babies.
The paddling pool's full up because we've had a lot of rain today.
So I didn't know this, that there was a big wet season.
Oh yeah.
So how long did it rain for?
We didn't get much continuous rain, but in the wet season we got heavy showers that came and caused a bit of flooding at all.
Yeah, and they sort of wrecked the roads.
Yes, the roads took a hammering.
Yeah. Thanking God for bulldozers. Last Saturday we all decided that we'd had enough of being shut inside because of the rain and went for a walk through all the slush along the new road to watch the bulldozers working.
There was a big grader and we saw it on the road. It was crashing down trees to make the new road. It's a great big bulldozer tractor. Don't you think it's very strong to crash over trees? That was Joanne speaking.
Thank God for the bulldozers. God helped them not to get wet.
Oh yes.
And have a good sleep at night.
Right. Yep.
So I thought that was quite cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our new tractor and trailer arrived yesterday and the boys were squealing with delight. Took the tape recorder out, but their squeals were dying down a bit by that stage, but they really went mad when the new tractor arrived yesterday. It was a big thrill for everyone. We've had such a lot of trouble with the old one.
Tupai and Jean both love wearing my aprons. They are both good girls and they want to stay with us until we leave for furlough, which is good. They boil up the copper 6 days a week and do all the washing for me, as we still have not been able to get the washing machine going again, but they love it, no matter how big the pile, so I may as well let them do it for me.
A shocking sewing project.
Oh, yes.
I braved the shocks and did some sewing the other day with jandals on. Sewing plastic wasn't too shocking. Kerry put up wires and helped me make storm curtains. We had to do something, so we used plastic tablecloths and heavy clear plastic, which could be put up at the windows whenever we hear a storm coming.
Oh, yeah.
So this was before you got glass in the windows?
Yes, that's right. When we first arrived there was mosquito netting on the windows, but no glass. When the rain came, it just came straight through.
Really, the clothes last out pretty well. They really just wear pants all the week, except on Sundays they get dressed. And I've made the new tops for them, blue and white check for Joanne and red and white check for Robin, just over blouses, and they look really lovely and fresh. Their best frocks that they were wearing before I made these blouses still fit them, and they'll last them for quite a while yet. The Tetron's kept its colour very well, the check Tetron that is, and it hasn't gone mouldy, which is surprising really. I thought it would. Of course I wash it whenever there's anything spilt or any marks on it, otherwise it goes mouldy overnight. The kids are all a box of birds at the moment. As you can hear, there's always chattering. Stephen or Robin or Joanne or all of them going on in the background. There's not much peace and quietness these days, except at rest time. But even then, there's singing coming from one bedroom from Joanne, and Robin's reading a book aloud in another room, and Stephen's chattering to himself in his cot in the other room.
We're just getting around at long last to sending a tape. It's a long time since we've done one, so it's about time.
Just got the generator back. The boys were using it in the church for their meeting, so So now I've got a decent light to work by again. I've finished my typing and I'm curled up in bed with the tape recorder.
We went down a bumpy, splashy road to make our tractor go. Its wheel had been bent and its steering place had broken, and so we had to push and tug until we got it out of a ditch that the wheel had fallen in. We came back in the rain, and it was raining all the time, and we're sitting by the fire now. And I got a bit colder in the motorbike in the rain. When I got out to have my breakfast, when I finished it, I wanted to get back into bed. So when I lifted my blankets up, Elkin had a baby cat. So Mummy took it and put it in a box in the wardrobe, and then another kitten came out. And when we came home, we saw that two more kittens had came out, and Daddy said, we don't have to drown them, we can let them grow big and then we'll be able to sell them. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.